All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to go racing. Up front, Greg Snellgrove and Ray Hillhouse will have the front row. Michael Whiting and Paul Ems on the second row. Mark Nelson and Kevin Reed will start on the third row. DJ the Iceman Kinner and Jeff Hinkle have the fourth row. Richie West and Patrick Coluccio round out your top 10. Jared Heasley and Brandon Springer 11th and 12th. Gerald Poole, Brandon Springer 13th and 14th. Mike Smith, Donald Durant 15th and 16th. Kyle Holden, Albie Hewins, Chris Stroop, Mark Dantuma, and Rick Sargent round out a 21 car field here on the Milwaukee Mile. Topher, I think you got the words wrong there, buddy. I think it's boogity boogity, not giggity giggity. Yeah, whatever. Hey, good evening, Carl. Thank you, buddy. Track temperature currently 92 degrees. Air temperature 70 degrees. Just a small breeze with a 4-mile-an-hour wind. I'm doing good, Carl. How are you doing tonight? Just waiting on one or two more drivers to take to the grid. And it looks like everybody is on the grid. We're about to start rolling. Man, these flat tracks are difficult to drive, but they're fun as heck to watch. Hope everybody had a great weekend and got to do a whole lot of fun stuff with your friends and family. Hey, good evening, Russell. How are you doing tonight, buddy? Everybody rolling down the back straightaway, getting ready for the green. This track does have a bit of a different pit road entry. Hey, thank you for the stars, Topher. Appreciate you, buddy. Watch the pace car as he comes into pit road. This one, pit road entry could get ugly tonight. Because of that small gap, that big wall. Here we go, green back in the air. We're down and away at the Milwaukee Mile. Greg Snellgrove quickly going to the lead. Ray Hillhouse to second, but Michael Whiting already looking underneath. Kevin Reed, Mark Nelson battling Richie West, Patrick Coluccio back behind. Coluccio trying to make something happen on the high side. Jared Heasley on the bottom right behind. Cold tires off turn 4 does not bite anybody this time. Top 5 quickly settle into single file. DJ Kinner trying to look underneath Kevin Reed for 6th. Hinkle right behind in 7th, Richie in 8th. Coluccio now, or Richie in 9th, Coluccio now in 10th, Heasley 11th. Paul Ems looked like he got awfully close to the wall out of turn 4. Caution is out. Mike Smith and Brandon Springer involved. Brandon on the bottom, Micah. Oh, what in the world happened? See if we can get a closer look or a different angle on Brandon and see what the heck happened here. Looked like he turned into the corner and the wheel just broke because the whole car went right. Ouch indeed, DP. Man, favorite NASCAR video game. Wow, that is a tough call. It'd have to go back to... Man, I don't know. I'd have to think on that one. It would go back to the early 2000s. Before EA ruined everything. Probably Dirt to Daytona, just because of the mechanic of that game was so much fun. Could very well have been a blown tire going off in there like that, and you may be right. I'm wondering if Brandon had the wheel brake. Nobody hits Mike Smith, the only driver to come to pit road. Springer had to tow to pit road. Mike Smith able to limp it around. And let's see if I can get a word with Brandon. Hey, Brandon, it's Doug. You got me?
Hi, Doug.
Hey, are you okay, dude?
No. I have the brake bias a little too low, and I hit the brakes, and it kicked like a Bronco.
I wondered if the wheel broke or something. I mean, it was just you could see you going into the turning left, and then that thing just broke completely right.
Yeah, it's like down to 33 or something like that. It's bad. I feel bad to Mike. We're in the chat together, and I was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry."
Well, man, hopefully you can get it fixed. Get back out here and get some laps in, buddy.
All right, thanks.
Brandon Springer, a rough start to the night. Mike Smith, obviously on the receiving end. After starting in 15th, he's going to have a long fight back to the front as the field stacks back up and gets ready for the restart. Boy, you'd think the peanut butter on the tires would really help with that grip issue. Springer is on his way off pit road. The pace car about to drop back in. Pace car is in. Snellgrove in control. They fire green flag in the air. Out of turn 2, still a lot of side-by-side. Snellgrove pulls back to the lead. Everybody trying to sell. Oh, look at the bold move by Coluccio. And Richie West has to check up when Coluccio comes down. He's sliding backwards. Heasley underneath. Here comes Kyle Holden underneath. Richie power move to the bottom. Sends it into one. Holy cow. Jared Heasley goes up the track. Mid-pack is where the action is tonight, folks. Gerald Poole sitting in 13th. Chris Stroop already up 5 spots into 14th. Oh, we've got a car loose. It's Ray Hillhouse. Ray holds on to it off turn 4. Most of the drivers were saying the car was good off the turn, but a bit pushy on the way in. Although we did see a couple of cars getting loose, and every driver said if it gets loose tonight, it's almost impossible to catch it. Kevin Reed trying to make his way forward, gets under Mark Nelson, headed off into turn 1. Reed up to 7th, moving Nelson back. Nelson's not done. Nelson now having to defend against Jeff Hinkle. Hinkle's got to run. You get to that outside line, it is a bit tricky. Kyle Holden trying to make a move past Richie up on the high side. Topher, you make me think about Trebek, buddy. Snellgrove and M still the top two. Michael Whiting back to third. DJ the Iceman Kenner up to fourth. Patrick Galuccio, the biggest mover right now. Well, not the biggest, but one of the top movers, up 5 spots into fifth. Kyle Holden currently the biggest mover, up 7 spots into 10th, but Chris Stroop up 6 spots, as is Mark Dantuma. Gerald Poole has had a problem back behind. He is on pit road. Let's see what happened. Off turn 2, gets a little bit loose, almost has it saved. Oh goodness, he gets the grass and yeets it into the wall. Once you get in that grass, it's like driving in ice. And that barrier right there left him nowhere to go. Carl, mine was always 24. Everything. Paul Ems has gotten by Snellgrove to take the lead. Michael Whiting still hangs on in third. DJ in fourth. And Galuccio in fifth. Hillhouse slides up in turn 1. Jeff Hinkle's got a run underneath. Kyle Holden lurking right behind, now in ninth. Hillhouse, that outside line loses so much momentum in the middle of the turn. It has the advantage off the corner, but you have got to have a perfect run, and Ray Hillhouse does have a perfect run off turn 4, almost shuts the door. And Hillhouse able to shut the door, prevent Kyle Holden from getting by. Paul Ems already opening up a big lead. He is 3/4 of a second ahead of Greg Snellgrove. But Paul about to be in lap traffic. Brandon Springer right in front of him. Kyle Holden still running in ninth, up 8 spots. Chris Stroop in 13th, Mark Dantuma in 14th, and Rick Sargent in 15th. All 3 drivers up 6 spots since the drop of the green. As the field continues to spread out here, they will have a competition caution on lap 38. I would not expect to see anybody on pit road before then. And all the drivers can go from that competition caution to the end of the race on fuel, but nobody wants to go that far on tires. The leader has gotten by the first lap car. Springer way up the track, letting the leaders get by. Michael Whiting looking underneath. DJ Kenner tries to take advantage of the situation, but wasn't close enough. Patrick Galuccio in 5th, has a swarm right behind him. Kevin Reed, Jeff Hinkle, Ray Hillhouse, Kyle Holden, and Mark Nelson all right there in the mix. Hillhouse up high again. Mark Nelson looking underneath. Kyle Holden finally able to get by. Now sets his sights on Jeff Hinkle. I actually still have my copy of Dirt to Daytona somewhere, Carl. In a box in storage. Oh, big problem for Patrick Coluccio. He suddenly lost several spots. Let's see if we can see what happened with Patrick. Kevin Reed tries to get the nose in, headed into turn one. Does it. Forces Coluccio up to the high side. Coluccio settles in and comes back down. Oh, he locked up the brakes mid-turn. Close call for Jeff Hinkle. Meanwhile, Paul Ince out on a Sunday cruise now has a 1.6 second lead over second place Greg Snellgrove. Michael Whiting still sits in third. DJ Kenner in fourth. Kyle Holden took good advantage of the chaos, has made his way up into fifth. Kyle trying to reclaim the points lead here tonight. Kyle came into the night 11 points behind points leader AJ Gotze, with AJ not here tonight. Kyle Holden already has 2 wins on the season out of 5 races. Surprisingly, AJ has no wins yet this season out of 4 starts, but he does have 3 poles. Additionally, AJ has 4 top 5s versus Kyle Holden's 3. Caution is back out, lap 25 for Patrick Coluccio and Ray Hillhouse. Coluccio gets loose, clips Hillhouse in the right rear, sends him around. Just a little loose and chaos. Great job by everybody behind managing to avoid that. Carl, that is a good way to look at it, man. Now, how many drivers do we see hit pit road this time? Does not look like very many are coming in. They know they've got to stop in about 12 laps. Patrick Coluccio, Mike Smith, and Ray Hillhouse, the only 3 to take advantage of pit road this time. Gerald Poole has his car fixed. He is getting one of his laps back here. Not giving up yet. Paul Ems and Greg Snellgrove have swapped the lead several times, but have been the only two drivers in the lead so far tonight. However, a couple drivers charging toward the front. Kyle Holden already up 12 spots. Chris Stroop already up 10 spots. Mark Dantuma up 9. Rick Sargent up 9. Ray Hillhouse, Mike Smith, Patrick Coluccio, and Mark Nelson, the 4 cars that stopped, all got 4 fresh tires. Could see those 4 drivers come charge through this field here in a moment. Lights are out on the pace car. They stack back up side by side for the restart. Hey, good evening, Paulo. How you doing tonight, man? Restarting on lap 30. Competition caution on lap 38. 4 drivers on the lead lap on fresh tires. This could get interesting racing to that caution. Hayes' car is in. They fire. Green is back in the air. Ems gets the run as they go off into 1. Oh, Snellgrove shoots it back to the inside. Ray Hillhouse, the first car on fresh tires, trying to make his way by in the 2. Richie West also on the move tonight. Richie currently running in 8th, lost some positions earlier, but man, he can fight his way up, and he has made some gutsy moves tonight. Mark Dantuma making a move on the high side. Trying to get by Jared Heasley. Ray Hillhouse, the first car on fresh tires, trying to get by Jacob Springer. Jacob currently in 13th. Paul Ems now has to contend with the former champ, Kyle Holden. Holden started in 17th and has worked his way all the way up as Michael Whiting seems to have had a problem through 3 and 4. He was way wide through 3 and 4 that time, lost a little bit of momentum. Snellgrove back to 3rd as Holden looks to the inside for the lead. Sends it off into turn 3. And Kyle Holden will claim the lead on lap 34. Paul Ems looked underneath as they went off into 1, couldn't get there. Snellgrove in 3rd, now has to deal with DJ Kenner on his bumper. Kevin Reed also has a Jeff Hinkle right on his bumper. A little bobble out of Kevin. Remember, Kevin having problems tonight trying to shift. Most of these drivers are shifting here to get around the turns a little quicker. Chris Stroop now up 11 spots, all over Jeff Hinkle's back bumper. Ray Hillhouse has started to work his way forward on those fresh tires. Now back up into 11. Kevin Reed is going way up the track through 3 and 4. He's lost 2 spots. Jeff Hinkle and Chris Stroop both getting by. Kyle Holden starting to pull a gap on Paul Ems and Greg Snellgrove. Snellgrove looking to the inside into turn 3. Snellgrove out of turn 4 takes second place, moving Ems back to third. The Iceman lurking right behind. Michael Whiting sits in 5th, Jeff Hinkle 6th. Chris Stroop 7th, Richie West 8th, Kevin Reed 9th, and Jared Heasley now in 10th. Should see the competition caution as soon as Kyle Holden gets to the line. And caution is out. Competition caution, lap 38. An impressive run so far for Kyle Holden, up 16 spots into the lead. Chris Stroop up 12 spots into 7th. Mark Dantuma up 8 spots into 12th. Rick Surgeon up 8 spots into 13th. Should see everybody in for pit stops here. Luckily, they all get to come to pit road under caution. Getting on pit road here is tricky under green flag conditions. Topher, you're not wrong, buddy. Ray Hillhouse is going to stay out. He got tires about 11 laps ago. Let's see if we can talk to him. Hey, Ray, it's Doug. You got me?
Oh, yeah, I got you.
Hey, first off, are you coming to pit road under the caution?
No, I took tires on the last one, so I'm staying out.
So you're rolling the dice. Obviously problems earlier, but you fought your way back up, and a little bit of strategy has you up in the lead. Can you stay up there, though?
I don't think so. I'm just trying to save a set of tires. I'm just going to be easy, get out of folks' ways when I need to.
Well, man, you've held on to it so far despite the issue early on. Good luck, buddy.
Thanks, man. Let's have some fun.
Ray Hillhouse currently has the lead, does not expect to hold on to it, though. And let's see if we can find another driver to talk to. One of the guys charging through the field, the 57 of Mark Dantuma. Hey, Mark, it's Doug. You got me?
I got you, buddy. What's up?
Hey, how does it feel to have real power underneath you in that Chevy?
It is an amazing feeling, I have to say.
You have been on the march since the drop of the green. You're up 8 spots coming to the caution. Can you pick up another, 12 spots before this thing's over?
The farther forward you get, the tougher it is to get by these guys. But we're certainly going to give it a shot. I might play a little bit of strategy here on the end, too, see if that can get me some track position.
Well, it's been a great run so far. Obviously, hopefully you have learned your lesson here and won't be in a Ford anymore.
I should be in the bow tie brigade for the rest of the season.
Well, good luck, man, and great run so far, buddy.
Thanks, Doug.
Mark Dantuma currently sits 13th, up 7 spots. Hillhouse in the lead. Mark Nelson now to second. Kyle Holden third. Paul M's fourth. Greg Snellgrove in fifth. DJ the Iceman Kenner back to sixth. Michael Whiting in seventh. Chris Stroop in eighth. Hinkle in ninth. Richie West rounding out your top 10. That's a trick question, Carl. I would say Winston Cup cars from the start of NASCAR through 2004. Nowadays, they all kind of are just not that great. NASCAR has gotten too far from its roots, in my opinion. Green flag back in the air. Hillhouse sends it off the line. Mark Nelson in second. Whoa! Holden right to his bumper. Holden's giving him a kiss. Kyle has had some great launches on restarts, but usually when he's at the front, he can pull away. Now he looks to the bottom under Nelson for second place. Paul M's currently in fourth. Greg Snellgrove in fifth. The Iceman DJ, the Iceman Kenner in sixth. Michael Whiting in seventh. That's got to be a little bit worrisome for DJ because Michael Whiting and DJ Kenner have raced each other a lot over the years. They know how each other races, and that is always tricky when the guy in front and the guy behind know you that well. Richie West up to 8th place. He did say having Chucky on the hood scared some of his fellow drivers out there. Jeff Hinkle in 9th. Kevin Reed in 10th. Kevin has started losing a little bit of ground as we've talked about. He is struggling tonight. Gerald Poole also struggling with knee and ankle issues. NASCAR did give him the green light to race tonight, though. Currently in 19th, he has gotten himself back to the lead lap and comes by Rick Surgeon. Kyle Holden in the lead once again. Paul M. still with him in second. Ray Hillhouse in third. Snellgrove has got himself back up into fourth. Yeah, Carl, I had heard they were using rain tires this weekend, which surprised me. They tried it at Watkins Glen back in the late 90s. Wow, look at the move by Michael Whiting. They tried rain tires back in the late 90s a couple of times, didn't work, but the new cars have far less power, so you never know. Kyle Holden unable to pull away from Paul Inns. Richie West is starting to make some noise as he comes forward. He's up into 7th. Jeff Hinkle in 8th. Michael Whiting battling with Kevin Reed for 9th and 10th. Kevin's going to clear. Michael Whiting suddenly losing a lot of ground here. Kevin's holding the door open at the minute. Stroop right underneath, looking for an opportunity, hoping he can follow Kevin Reed through the gap. Mark Dantuma now in 12th. Patrick Coluccio in 13th. Jared Heasley in 14th. Carl, I graduated high school right around then. Thank you for making me feel old. I'm going to cry now. Kyle Holden out front. Hang on. Oh, I needed a laugh tonight. Thank you, buddy. Paul Imms in second. Those two have pulled a gap on Greg Snellgrove. Now 1.8 set caution. Patrick Coluccio involved. Coluccio stuck up on the high side. Dan Toom. Oh, I think there might have been contact. Jared Heasley involved. I can't tell. Let's see if we can get a chopper view. Of this incident. Looked like there was some net code at play there. Let's take a ride along with Jared Heasley. There's Mark on the butt. Yeah, there was about 2 foot of net code there. Wow, that is a heartbreaker. Coluccio is not, he is a dirt guy, so any run, when he runs good on a asphalt track, it's definitely impressive. Ray Hillhouse is back on pit road. He is playing that strategy move to get himself some fresh tires. Let's see, I may regret doing this one, but Jared Heasley also on pit road. Patrick Coluccio may be out of the race. Let's see if we can get a word with him. Hey, Patrick, it's Doug. You got me?
Hey, Dougie, what's up, buddy?
Hey, netcode is a killer, man.
Actually, that was me losing talent.
It looked like about 2 foot of netcode with Mark underneath you, but okay.
No, when you go back and watch that, you'll notice I oversend it into the corner a little bit, and I have to snap it back a little bit. You'll like see the car like offset itself, and then coming out of 4, I was running the same line. I've kind of ran the last 2 laps, but the tires were too hot, and I just lost it and killed me and Jared. So that was me running out of talent.
Oh, okay. So will the car get fixed, or are you done for the night?
I'm done for the night. That's twice. That's 2 cautions for me. I'm gonna park it before I, embarrass myself more.
Buddy, I have to say you had an awesome run early on in this one, and for a dirt guy, you did pretty good on an asphalt flat track.
Well, you know what I can say? That 22 and 28 taught me everything I know on pavement. So Greg and Paul, those are the guys I'm going for.
Well, man, great run until it all went wrong, but we'll see you back next time.
Yeah, Dougie, thanks, man. Talk to you later, by the way. Nice seeing you, beautiful.
It's nice seeing you too, sweetheart.
All right, buddy.
See ya. Patrick Coluccio done for the night. Blake is set. I thought he caught an air bubble there, but it sounds like Patrick just overdrove it. Should be getting 1 to green this time by. I know, Topher, I know. All right, pace car lights are out, meaning we're going to go green this time by. Kyle Holden and Paul Imms on the front row. Greg Snellgrove, Mark Nelson on the second. DJ Kenner, Richie West, Jeff Hinkle, Michael Whiting, Chris Stroop, and Kevin Reed rounding out your top 10. But lurking just outside the top 10, Mike Smith is making a comeback after that early incident. And Mark Dantuma getting into a bow tie has really helped him up his speed here tonight. Here we go, Holden in control. They're away. Green is in the air. Holden clears easily into 1. Paul Ems pulls down Snellgrove right behind him. Mark Nelson trying to get a run on the high side, and it is side by side back behind. No, I did not, Carl. Michael Whiting in 8th, Chris Stroop in 9th, Mark Danton, Stroop 3 wide onto the high side. Jeff Hinkle just backs out of that 3 wide situation. Wise move, Chris Stroop. What a gutsy move. We've seen all night going to the high side has not worked very many times. Stroop made it work once. That was all that mattered. Michael Whiting now back into 8th, but fighting his way back. He is underneath. Right to the back bumper on Mark Nelson, who has lost several spots. And I think Kyle Holden gave the wall a little kiss out of turn 2. I don't see any scratches on it, but man, that looked awfully close. Kevin Reed trying to fight his way back, and it looks like Stroop, after that power move, picking up several spots as maybe used the tires up too soon, as he has dropped back into 10th. Mark Dantuma still lurking in 11th, and look at this. Rick Sargent has made his way up to 12th, but Sargent goes a little too wide out of turn 4, easily down to the inside. Mike Smith sitting in 14th, Hillhouse in 15th. Remember, Hillhouse stopped under the last caution. He has fresh tires, as does the 16th place car of Gerald Thanos Poole. Also, just a quick note, make sure you're following on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. There are some big announcements, some exciting new things coming very, very soon. I might watch one, Carl. I've never been. I've had a lot of family that loves watching horror movies and whatnot, but honestly, after growing up in a funeral home, working in the family funeral home, yeah, I just don't care. I almost got asked to leave one horror movie one time because I was laughing too loudly. Richie West has made his way up to 5th, putting a gap on Mark Nelson. Richie said he didn't think he had enough speed tonight, but I have to say, given some of the moves he has pulled here and where he has put himself, he's in good shape. Paul Ems looks like he had a problem off of turn 2 last time by. Let's see if we can see what the heck happened here. Oh, Paul gets way loose on corner exit, manages to hold on to it. Kyle Holden still in the lead. Greg Snellgrove in 2nd. Paul Ems in 3rd. DJ Kenner 4th. Richie West holding on in 5th. Mark Nelson in 6th, but Michael Whiting is looking. Michael has slid back much further and has started fighting his way forward. Jeff Hinkle, surprisingly in 8th place. We'll see if he starts to make his way forward, though, as the tires wear. Jeff known as the king of tire saving, but last season he said he stepped up the aggression a little bit. Interesting that we have not seen him move. He qualified 8th, started 8th, and is running 8th. No big moves yet out of Hinkle. Kevin Reed in 9th. Chris Stroop still in the top 10. As Ray Hillhouse takes 12th away from Mark D'Antuma. Last time by, Ray Hillhouse was the fastest car on track. Remember, he also has the freshest tires on track, along with Gerald Poole. Kyle Mundell, why aren't you on track tonight, buddy? Greg Snellgrove sitting in 2nd, Paul M sitting in 3rd, Kyle Mundell cheering him on. Richie West has gotten past DJ Kenner to take 4th. Something has gone wrong for DJ. Oh, ho, ho. Middle of 1 and 2. DJ gets on the throttle and snaps. Let's see if we can dial up DJ's in-car camera to see how that was in the car. He gets out of 3 and 4 perfectly fine down the front straightaway. And as soon as he gets even a little bit on the throttle, the back end just trying to step out. Next time by, though, is when he completely loses it. Down into turn 1 and 2. And when he downshifted, it snapped on him. And caution is out for an incident with Greg Snellgrove. Let's back it up a little bit to figure out what the heck happened with Greg here. Coming out of turn 4, same thing we have seen a couple of times tonight. Car just snaps loose, and that thing is banged up so badly the right front wheel is not turning. He ended up towing to pit road, a hard hit. I got you. Matt Stewart cheering on CJ and Michael White. Matt, how you doing, buddy? Oh, Matt, I know how much Michael Whiting loves flat track racing. We've seen him charge up through this field a couple of times. Kyle Holden, Paul Ems, and Richie West come to pit road. Donald Durance is now coming in. Greg's still on pit road. Gonna see if I can get a word with him. Hey, Greg, it's Doug in the booth. You got me, buddy?
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, good. You feeling okay? That looked like one heck of a hit.
Yeah, I hit my face off the steering wheel pretty hard there.
Well, you gonna be able to get the car back out? Because, man, you were flying around here.
Got one more fast repair, but I'm going to be probably 3 laps down. 20 seconds left right now, so it's going to be hard unless there's more cautions.
Were the tires just getting too hot and starting to slip around, or what happened there?
I just overdrove the corner. That's all I did. I overdrove the corner, and then I hit the gas too hard when I came off of it.
10-4. Well, good luck. Hopefully you can get back out and maybe get lucky, get back to the lead lap, but a great start to this race.
Yeah, thanks, buddy. I'm just doing what I can. Just ran out of talent, as they say.
Well, you were doing great. Good luck, man.
Thanks, man.
Greg Snellgrove will end up several laps down. He's on his way off of pit road, now 3 laps down. Several cars stay out under this caution. As the lights go out on the pace car, looks like a lot of cars came back in on that second lap of the caution as Heasley and Hillhouse up front are the only 2 on old tires. Oh, this will get interesting. Can Heasley capitalize on this? Pace car is in. Heasley fires their away. Green is in the air. Hillhouse gets the better launch up top. Jared sends it into turn 1. He's going to clear. Paul M's already looking underneath for second. Kyle Holden back in 4th. Ems has a run underneath. Oh, Ems pushes up in a big way in the middle of 3 and 4. Holden right on his bumper. And look who's shooting underneath. Michael Whiting on the move. Whiting now back up into 6th place, looking underneath Mark Nelson. Mark holding on to the top 5 for right now, but man, they are coming behind him. Michael Whiting finally clears into 5th, a little bit of a bobble off the turn. Meanwhile, Richie West starts to look underneath. Richie West underneath Mark Nelson trying to take 6th place. Hinkle starting to come forward back behind, but the guy up top we've seen make moves up top earlier tonight. DJ the Iceman Kenner ain't done yet. Heasley on old tires starting to go back. Same with Hillhouse. Michael Whiting about to swallow them both whole. Clowns coming in will help cool the track. Caution! Jeff Hinkle and Mark Nelson involved. Oh, looks like Hinkle just got in a little too deep. Pushed up, gets into Mark and sends Mark around. Looks like Kevin Reed may have barely clipped in that incident. See if we can get a look at Kevin's car. Looks like minimal damage, if any. Nobody is coming in, at least in the top 10. Looks like a couple of people. Looks like Rick Sargent may be looking low to get... No, nobody comes in. Let's see if we can get a word with the 5th place car of Michael Whiting. Hey, Mike, it's Doug. You got me?
Hey, Doug. How are you?
Hey, good, man. You are definitely doing good tonight. You've managed to get up there, managed to hold on to the top 10, and made your way into the top 5 several times.
Yeah, if I stop overdriving it, I may be okay here for top 3.
You definitely look fast, and I know Matt Stewart and I were commenting on the fact that we know you love this kind of flat track racing and how good you are at it.
Yeah, I definitely love this place. Struggling a little bit here tonight, but having a good time.
Well, man, keep up the good work. It has been awesome seeing you in all the fights tonight.
All right, Doug. Thank you.
Michael Whiting currently sits in 5th place, trying to make his way for a top 3 is what he said. Mark Nelson did come down pit road. Looks like repair only, though, for Mark. This could get interesting. Ray Hillhouse, Jared Heasley did not come back in for tires. They are on much older tires, as is Jeff Hinkle. Everybody else Hinkle is on he did stop on lap 71 with the rest of the field. Paul Ems has the lead, but he'll have Kyle Holden on the high side to deal with. Ray Hillhouse, Jared Heasley on the 2nd row. Michael Whiting, DJ Kidder of the 3rd. Richie West, Kevin Reed, Mark Dantuma, and now Gerald Poole up into the top 10. The 2nd row has all old tires. Will they have any problems putting the power down on the restart? Pace car is in. Paul M's in control. He fires their way. Green flag is in the air. Heasley gets a good start. Hillhouse gets a good start on the old tires. Hillhouse already looking underneath Kyle Holden for 2nd. Holden clears. Michael Whiting cleared Jared. He's moved up into 4th. And here comes Richie West trying to get back into the top 5. But Mark Dantuma also pushing it. Mark goes too wide through 3 and 4. DJ Kenner now back into 7th. Chris Stroop looks, holy cow, it gets really close. Kevin Reed almost into Dantuma's bumper. Chris Stroop takes advantage. He moves into 8th. Kyle Holden still sitting in 2nd, and Paul Ems with the lead. Paul M's first race in the league would definitely be awesome for him to get a win here tonight. Greg Snellgrove did get one of his laps back. He is now 2 laps down. Ray Hillhouse sits in 3rd. Michael Whiting sitting in 4th. And Paul Ems just set the fastest lap of the race with 30 laps to go. Jared Heasley on the older tires has started drifting back now, back in 9th. Gerald Thanos Poole looking underneath. Mark Dantuma too high into turn 3. He's going to lose another spot. Mike Smith now up into 13th. Mark Nelson way back in 14th, trying to fight his way back forward after the incident a few moments ago. Rick Surgeon in 15th, Brandon Springer in 16th, Jacob Springer 17th, Albie Ewens 18th, Donald Durant's in 19th, Greg Snellgrove in 20th. Patrick Coluccio out of the race in 21st. Paul Ems is opening up a gap on Kyle Holden, now almost a full second. It is over a 1 second lead at the line as Ems continues to pull away. Michael Whiting has gotten past Ray Hillhouse. He's now up into third. Hillhouse in fourth. Richie West has made his way into the top 5 again. DJ Kenner right behind in 6th. Chris Stroop still marching forward in 7th. Oh, right to DJ's bumper. Jeff Hinkle comes by Heasley, moving himself back into 9th. Heasley currently in 10th. Gerald Poole in 11th. Mark Dantuma sits 12th. Mark Nelson still fighting his way forward, now up into 13th. Paul Ems, meanwhile, out front. He's going to get 25 laps to go. And he is extending his lead now 1 1/4 seconds. Michael Whiting sits in third. He said he could get a top 3 if he would stop over driving. It is definitely checking out. Now is a half second on Hillhouse. Richie West closing in 5th. Here comes DJ in 6th and Stroop in 7th. Kevin Reed, driving through the pain, sits in 8th. Mark Dantuma coming by Gerald Poole. Gerald had made his way into the top 10. Looks like he's going to lose another position. No, he gets clear of Mark Nelson. Blake, I have to agree, buddy. Hillhouse sits in 4th. Richie West right on his bumper, and Stroop finally gets a run under DJ. Stroop's going to clear as they head off into turn. Wow! Power move by Kevin Reed. He sends it deep into 3 to take the position from DJ Kenner, taking advantage of that door that Chris Stroop opened. Kenner now back into 8th. Jeff Hinkle in 9th. Heasley still holding on to 10th. Mark Dantuma, though, lurking behind in 11th, and Gerald Poole continuing to lose ground after getting himself up in the top 10. Paul M's lead has suddenly started to shrink. Kyle Holden is closing in, now 7/10 of a second behind. Michael Whiting in third, 1.5 seconds back, is closing in as well. And Katie is always cheering on Ray Hillhouse. Ray holding on to 4th despite those older tires. Oh, we've got a wreck out of 4. Caution is out. The Iceman is involved. Oh, Kevin gets way loose out of 4. Clips DJ. Oh, Mark Nelson gets caught up again. Brandon Springer also catching a piece of this. Oh, Brandon and Gerald get together. So 2 separate wrecks bring out the caution here. Our 5th caution of the night comes on lap 95. 20 laps to go, now less. DJ Kenner gets past the leaders to get on pit road. Everybody is coming down. And I do mean everybody. The entire field is on pit road. Snellgrove does get a wave around. He is going to get back to the lead lap. Or, I'm sorry, he'll be 1 lap down. And Kyle Holden comes off pit road with the lead. Paul M's in 2nd. Michael Whiting in 3rd. Hillhouse on fresh tires in 4th. Richie West still holds on to 5th. Chris Troop sitting in 6th, Kevin Reed in 7th, Jeff Hinkle in 8th, Jared Easley in 9th, Mark Dantuma has now made his way back into the top 10 in 10th. And all the tire strategy has gone out the window. They'll have just over 15 laps to go when the green flag drops here. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow night. Jones BS Racing is back. Tuesday night, XCal is on, and Wednesday night, the Nowski Nation's new 87 series. Man, that is going to be fun. The 87s are going to be at North Wilkesboro this week. Definitely want to show up for that Wednesday night, 9 Eastern. Don't forget to share, invite your family and friends to come watch. Invite them to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and YouTube. If you've missed any races this season, you can find them all on YouTube. Looks like Kyle Holden is opting to start on the high side. Here we go through 3 and 4. Pace car's gonna drop in. It'll be 15 to go when they get the green. Pace car is in. Holden controls it. They fire. Green back in the air. Holden, can he clear into? Whoa, no, we've got contact. Ems gets into him, and Michael Whiting takes advantage. Ems sent it in there on turn 1, trying to get back to the lead. Now is up on the high side. And Michael Whiting, for the first time tonight, goes to the lead. Ray Hillhouse shoots underneath. He is looking for 2nd, and Kevin Reed out of nowhere up to 4th. Chris Stroop now in 5th, Holden all the way back to 6th. Michael Whiting is checking out, folks. Hillhouse and M's door to door through 3 and 4. Hinkle gets loose off the turn 4. Richie West trying to make his way back to the top 5. Holden looks on the high side on Stroop. Wow, that was close. Paul M's now clear in second with Hillhouse in third. Kevin Reed in fourth. Chris Stroop in fifth. Kyle Holden in sixth. Jared Easley in seventh, but Richie West says not for long. Holy cow, more contact. Richie is loose. They get together. Caution is out. Caution is out on lap 103. Let's take Mike Smith was caught up in that as well. Oh, Mike gets loose out of turn 2. Out of turn 4 rather, gets a bump from behind. He manages to get that corrected, so Richie just gets in there, gets into Jared, goes around. Jared is able to keep going. What a series of events there. Michael Whiting has the lead. Paul M's in second. Ray Hillhouse in third. Kevin Reed in fourth. Chris Stroop in fifth. And let's see if we can get a word with the fourth place car. Hey Kevin, it's Doug. You got me?
Hey, what's up, Doug?
Hey man, a great run so far for a guy who was concerned about shifting before the race. Seems like you got it figured out.
Yeah, I kind of got it figured out for right now, so hopefully we can run this thing out. And I don't know, I only see 3 more spots ahead of me.
Can you get past them? I mean, all 3 of them have been fast tonight, but man, your fight back has been insane.
Well, I'm going to see what happens here. I got, 8 laps to go, maybe 7. We'll see.
Well, man, good luck. It has been awesome seeing you fight your way up there.
Thanks, Doug.
Kevin Reed has not given up on winning this one yet. Michael Whiting was pulling a gap before the caution came out. He'll get his choice of lane. Did he learn something watching the previous restart? Will he choose to restart here on the bottom? And let's get a quick word with race control. Nicole, that's what she said, Creasel. Hey, Nicole, it's Doug. You got me?
Yep, I got you, Doug.
Hey, obviously this is probably not what the race you expected to see tonight.
Not really, no.
It has been a little bit wild, but this is going to come down to a 7 or 8 lap shootout here. Do you think we're done seeing cautions?
No, I'm not.
All right, if you had to pick right now, who do you think is going to pull the win off?
I'm going to go with Kevin.
Kevin has definitely been fighting back tonight, and hopefully he can. I have to ask, what has been going on the radio? Obviously, the last few laps, there was a lot of door banging.
A lot of door banging, but nobody's really saying anything except sorry when it's all over and done with.
Well, that is a plus. At least they're not yelling and screaming.
Nope, they are not yet.
Good luck. I have a feeling you're about to have your hands full for the next few laps.
All right, thanks, Doug.
Nicole, that's what she said. Creasel in race control. We are so thankful to have her helping out. And if you want to see Nicole racing, come watch Sunday mornings GT3 NSS. That young lady is getting faster and faster every week. Michael Whiting will control the restart here. He's got one shot, one opportunity to seize it all. Pace car is in. They fire. Green is in the air. M's trying to get to the high side. He can't. Hillhouse down to the bottom is going to go to second. Chris Stroop looks to the bottom out of turn 2. Kyle Holden up to the high side trying to get back to the front. And it is spread out like crazy off turn 4. They're 3 wide, mid and back of the pack. Hillhouse looking to the inside on Michael Whiting. Hillhouse goes to the lead. Ems already looks underneath Whiting, can't get there. Kevin goes a little bit high. Stroop almost opens the door for Kyle Holden. A close call off turn 3 and 4 between those 3. Paul Ems all over Michael Whiting's bumper. Jeff Hinkle looking for a move, as is Brandon Springer. Springer currently in 12th. Hillhouse has the lead. 4 laps to go. Can he hold them off? Whiting goes too high into 1 and 2. Ems looks to the bottom. Oh, Ems is loose. He's down in the grass. Can he save it? He comes back up and holds it. Caution is out. Jacob Springer involved. Let's see if we can see where that one started. Out of turn 4, Springer gets loose right in front of Mike Smith. Mike and everybody behind manages to avoid it. Just what Paul Ems wanted. After getting loose out of turn 2. And we're going to go to a green-white checker, folks. Ray Hillhouse has the lead, but a lot of fast cars right behind him. Let's see if we can talk to our leader. Hey Ray, it's Doug. You got me?
Oh, I got you.
Hey, great fight. Back up to the front, back to the lead, but can you hold them off?
I'm going to give it my best. I'll tell you what, I think Paul has the car to win here, but Michael's a damn good driver too, so it's going to be fun.
It definitely is. Man, your fight to the front here was pretty darn exciting, especially after the tire strategy earlier on set you back a little ways, and the fight back to get back up here has been impressive.
Yeah, let's see if we can finish it off here.
Well, good luck, man. It has been an awesome run.
Thanks.
Ray Hillhouse has the lead. You heard him say Michael Whiting and Paul Ems. Ems has the car to beat in that 28. Let's hear your predictions here in the chat. Who do you think is going to win? Drop in the comments. Tell us who you think it's going to be. Kyle Holden really aggressively warming the tires here. Could Holden come from 6th in 2 laps to take the win? They get the 1 to green signal. Michael Whiting trying to warm those tires up on the high side. Topher Baltimore predicts Kyle Holden is going to come from 6th to pull this one out. And I am sure Katie is cheering on Ray to hold everybody off. Kyle getting those tires warmed up rather aggressively. Matt Stewart says it's going to be Michael Whiting. You have to give it to him. He has been up and down the field tonight, but always made his way back to the front. And he absolutely loves flat track racing. Here we go. Green back in the air. Hillhouse gets a launch. Hillhouse out like a bullet. M's looking to the bottom for 2nd. Kevin Reed right there holding up on the high side. Off turn 2 down the back straightaway. M's trying to look where the next attack is coming from. Kevin goes too deep into turn 3. Holden down to the bottom. And Hillhouse is coming to the white. Caution came out. Caution is out. Mike Smith involved, and they will finish as they are right now. Could not tell there. Did Mike have help on that one? Nope, he just got loose. And Ray Hillhouse comes home with the win. Paul M's 2nd, and Kyle Holden comes home 3rd, setting the fastest lap on the last green flag lap. And we'll get a word with our top 3 as soon as I find Kyle. Well, we'll get a word with Paul M's while we wait on Kyle Holden to magically appear. Hey, Paul, it's Doug in the booth. You got me?
Yes, sir.
Hey, that was an impressive 2nd place finish. Ray even said you were definitely the car to beat tonight.
Yeah, honestly, I thought I had it. If I had a couple more laps, I think I would have got it. But congratulations to Ray and Kyle as well. He was racing me hard all race, and I might have ran him a little hard into one there a couple restarts ago, unless he might have had it.
That was quite a sin into turn 1, you guys getting together, but there was a lot of that going on the last 20 laps or so. Did you notice the intensity cranking up that last 20 laps?
Yeah, 100%. I knew I had a good car, and it was sticking really well in the corners, a lot better than I anticipated it. But Raymond and some of these guys were really good on the short run, so good for him, and that was a great race.
Well, man, congratulations. You definitely earned that 2nd place finish tonight, buddy.
Thank you, sir.
Paul M's comes home 2nd, and Ray Hillhouse gets the win. Ray, you pulled it off. It looked close there at the end, but man, a great win.
Oh man, thanks. My heart rate's through the roof. That was a fun one.
I have to say, it probably is. I mean, that last couple of laps there and the fight to the end, that got interesting. When you saw the last caution come out, did you take a breath of relief?
Oh no, I mean I was breathing. I think I can't really remember, but yeah, that was fun. Put myself in the right spot and got a little lucky, and that was a good win.
Well,
Excited.
Carl's in the comments telling you good job and congratulations, man. I think everybody's congratulating you. Obviously, problems early, but you managed to fight back, pull off the win. Man, an awesome one tonight. Congratulations.
Thanks, man.
Ray Hillhouse manages to pull off an awesome win at the Milwaukee Mile here tonight. What a dramatic finish. Don't forget to come back tomorrow night. Jones BS Racing, 8:30 Eastern. You don't want to miss a minute of that. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Hope y'all had as much fun as we did. Y'all have a great night.